On today's campground tour, I'm going to be showing you around a campground that you probably have never heard of before. This one is called McFarland Lake, and it's a municipal campground located in Florence, Alabama. We're Matt and Dave, and together with our dogs Belle and Hudson, we're exploring the world in our escape travel trailer. In the winter of 2023, we traveled from Ontario to Texas to pick up a 17-foot casita trailer and spent over a month on the road. We liked it so much that by the fall of 2023, we upgraded to a 19-foot escape trailer so that I had space to work from the road. We haven't looked back since. Come see where we go next. So, first question you might have is, why are we staying here? This is a bit of an unusual location, especially considering we're on our way from Canada, Ontario to be exact, to Key West, Florida. We actually had to kill some time between being in Nashville and heading tomorrow to Rickwood State Park. So, we found this place, and the reason we're in Florence, Alabama is it looked like it had some cool stuff to see, and like I said, we had a couple days. So, a little bit about this park. Like I said, it's a municipal park. All the lots are fully serviced, and I'm walking by some of those lots right now. You can see our trailer in the background, and you can see there's only a few other trailers here. I think when I look ahead of me in the park, there's probably 5 trailers here. And that's probably because we're here in February. And you can see I've still got my toque on. I've got a sweater on today. Unfortunately, I was hoping to be doing this campground tour in the heat, but it's still pretty cold where we are. So the park's not very busy. But I've been told it does get busier when it's a little bit warmer. So probably one of the main attractions of this particular campground is that it's located right on the river. So you can see that behind me. And there's some beautiful cliffs to look at right across the river. So that's Muscle Shores across the river, and we're in Florence, Alabama right now. So most of the campsites, actually all of the campsites, are paved. And they're all fully serviced as well, so sewer, water, and hydro, of course, or power. And there is a concrete picnic table at each of the campsites as well, which is kind of nice. So I did show you the Tennessee River on one side behind me here. And if I flip around to the other side, there is actually a water body, or usually a water body, on the other side of the campground. So it's almost like you're on your own little private peninsula here. The only problem is this other water body on the other side of me seems to have mostly dried up. And when I checked in, the nice lady working at the office mentioned that it's a little bit unusual. It's not something that usually dries up. So they're a little confused as to why this is happening at this time of year. So, booking this campground, how do you go about it? Well, this one was a little bit trickier to book. So we had initially found the campground on RV Parky, so we knew it was available. We tried calling the campground because there wasn't any online booking available. And when I called, I was told that they weren't taking bookings and that it was first come, first serve, which I understand may not be that unusual, but for someone who's traveling quite a distance, we were a little unsure of what would happen if we got here and there was no campsites available. But I was told when I called, and also when I checked in, that they are moving to an online reservation system, which they hope to have up and running in the next couple months. So it will make it a little bit easier to ensure that you have secured a campsite before you come here. So a few more things that I could tell you about this campground. There is a bathhouse. You can see that green building behind me, behind that converted bus. There's a look at the one and only bathhouse. On the men's side, there's 3 showers. There's a laundry room. Kind of all of the basics of what you'd need. Behind me here, you'll see the park office. So this is where you go and check in when you arrive at the campsite. Very nice people, very friendly, very accommodating for us. So that was great. Because you're inside a park, there's more to this park than just a campground. I guess a lot of people use this park for day use. So there's a few other amenities. Those amenities include a disc golf course. There's a few covered picnic areas as well. And there is a brand new park for kids. So I'll give you another view of the Tennessee River, and really this is the main attraction. Just about every campsite will give you a view of the Tennessee River. And if you stayed at a lot of campgrounds, you know it can be difficult to get anything that's right on the water. That's not the case here. And like I said earlier, those cliffs are pretty cool to look at. So the other thing you might ask yourself is, what is there to do in this town of Florence, Alabama that you've maybe never heard of? Well, if you are in the area and are staying at this campground, there's some cool stuff to do, even on some colder days. We went to go visit Frank Lloyd Wright House. That's available for public tours. Admission to that was only $10 each, so not too bad. Pretty neat house, worth going to check out, especially if you like architecture. We also spent some time touring around Muscle Shores today, so that's right across the shore here. A couple things that I would recommend. Helen Keller's childhood home is there, so you can go tour that. We checked out the outside, but we didn't go and tour on the inside. I think it's about $8 a person to go and tour the inside. We also went to the TVA generating station. So it's a dam structure. There's a fairly nice lookout there, and then you can also drive across the dam. So some nice views there. Otherwise, we also went and found kind of a neat little walking trail, took Hudson for a walk, and that was located over in Muscle Shores as well. It's called the Riverfront Walking Trail, and I'll show you a few pictures of that here so you can see the kinds of views that you get from that walking trail. And it was cool because we were actually walking right back there, and we were able to see our trailer across the shore over here. One other thing I didn't note earlier, but lots of people seem to be interested in this these days. Cell phone signal here is really great. I'm with T-Mobile, full bars here. There is no cable TV provided in the park. You can get Wi-Fi. It's $5 a night. We didn't get it, so I'm really not sure if it's high speed or not, but something to consider if you're here. There is a fishing pier at the end of the campground, but unfortunately it's been closed down. It looks like it's been closed for quite some time. I guess it became unsafe and they didn't have the funds to repair it, so hopefully that's something that gets repaired eventually. Here is a look at the sites, and as you can see, they are very wide. Space really for 2 trailers side by side. Of course you wouldn't be doing that, but it is nice to be able to get out of your trailer onto a paved area. I should mention too that the park seems very safe. We saw the park patrol truck driving by, I don't know, at least 7 or 8 times throughout the day, despite the fact that there's only about 5 or 6 of us camping here. So that was good to see. So down at this end is the fishing pier that I mentioned earlier. Although you can't use the pier itself because it's closed due to safety concerns, there's consistently people down here fishing just right off the shore. After staying at this park for 2 nights, we would recommend it to others. It's got all the basic amenities, the lots are nice, and it is close to some cool stuff. Definitely check this out if you're in the area. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button. Or even better, subscribe to our channel. It really does help us reach a wider audience. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.